Have you ever wanted to consume YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels at the exact same time?
With 3 different scrolls happening and 3 different rates?
Do I have a phone for you?
You ever wanted to watch Quibi, Tubi, and Phoebe at the same time?
Bring back Quibi.
Samsung
Too early.
Galaxy Z TriFold.
Z TriFold, baby. We finally got an announcement. We were waiting for this. They were saying by December. They technically did it December 1st.
Yeah.
I think.
So to be clear, we got some information.
Yeah.
We didn't get a price yet.
No.
But we got
Korean
to see
price.
the device. Oh, we did.
Korean price.
Okay. And we got to see the device in action. There's a couple YouTube videos out about it now and some specs, and we can see how it folds. So there's the single display, and then there's the unfolding, the inside for the triple display.
Explain how it folds to audio listeners.
Okay, so picture one of those pamphlets, one of those trifold pamphlets, right? Where you have like a left, a right, and a middle. And just go ahead and fold the left and the right over each other. So you have a single column. That single column is a 6.5-inch screen, single screen setup. And then you open both at the same time, and you have a 10-inch tablet on the inside. So there is no like 2-screen version because there's only a single or a tri. But it's like one of those pamphlets, you know,
like a menu, like a big menu,
like a
map,
yeah, like a map. Or like, I'm thinking of like the souvenir shop and like they have like a
at the zoo,
like a brochure.
When you're at the zoo,
a brochure. Thank you. Yeah,
a brochure.
That's what I'm picturing.
They should have just called it the Samsung
Galaxy Z brochure. Yeah, so TriFold. So this phone will have a Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, which is the last gen. It's not the 8 Elite Gen 5, but Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. It will be, like I said, 6.5 inches on the front, 1080p, 120 hertz AMOLED. It will be 10 inches, 16 by 11, 120 hertz, 2160 by 1584.
Which feels low resolution.
A little low. Yeah. But I think that will work hand in hand with its 5,600 milliamp hour total battery, which is not huge. It's a 10-inch screen, so I think having less pixels will be better for battery life.
We're spoiled.
Triple cameras. You have a 200-megapixel main camera. Seems like a flagship camera. Haven't tested it myself yet, but that's a good sign. Also a 12-megapixel ultra-wide and a 10-megapixel 3x telephoto. Which a lot of people replied to my tweet, how will a 10-megapixel 3x telephoto be better than punching in on the 200-megapixel primary camera?
Yeah.
To which I replied, I don't know. The optics and the lens of the 3x telephoto could make it feel better than the crop on the primary.
The photo sites are much larger on a 10 megapixel.
So maybe in lower light it will be better. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Ironically, because usually the telephoto is the worst at low light.
Exactly.
So
titanium hinge, aluminum body, IP48 rating. And all the way unfolded, it's all the way down to 3.9 millimeters.
Which is the thinnest Samsung phone they've ever made, even thinner than the Fold 7.
I don't know if you realize how thin 3 millimeters is. Like when we talk about the thinnest phones that we've seen so far, we're in the range of 5 to 6 millimeters. And that's like iPhone Air, that's S25 Edge. Those are 5 millimeter phones. 3.9 millimeters is crazy thin. I haven't held this yet.
That's true.
But watching the videos, it seems crazy. And to fit like meaningful compute and battery and storage and all that in this phone is genuinely impressive.
Well, it's funny though, because then when it's folded, it's apparently stupid thick.
Right.
And
So
like this doesn't even feel like a normal phone.
Yeah, exactly. Folding this thing up is going to be its weak point. It's going to feel like a chunk, like a 12, 13 millimeter thick phone.
Yeah.
Which you guys probably haven't used a phone that thick in many years. But unfolded is kind of the point.
Big chunker. Unfolded, it's 4.2. The Fold 7 was 4.2. So it's slightly thinner than the Fold 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy.
The first iPhone was 11.6 millimeters thick.
Yeah. This is thicker than
This is thicker than that.
Thick phone.
It does do 45 watt wired charging, which is kind of surprising for something that thin. I'm curious about the heat dissipation.
Yeah, what kind of heat dissipation? What kind of
dissipation?
Yeah.
3 millimeters thick. You can't have very much.
Yeah. 309 grams. It's very heavy. The Z Fold 7 was 215, so just add another third to that.
Yeah.
As you would.
Everything kind of steps up in thirds, right? 200 something grams for the dual screen.
The battery capacity did not quite step up in thirds.
True.
Yeah.
The price did.
It's true.
So what was the price?
So, okay, people are expecting this to cost $2,800. That's about the conversion rate from the Korean price.
Okay.
Which a $3,000 phone.
But think about it. You have a 10-inch tablet in your pocket now.
That's true.
Yeah, I know.
I could get an iPad and an iPhone.
But then you'd have to carry an iPad that you can't fold up and an iPhone. What if you could fit that in your
iPad
pocket?
and a MacBook?
What they need next is they need to make some sort of like omega thin keyboard and mouse, because the whole point for me for this is that I can just have a little laptop in my pocket at all times.
Interesting.
Like a 10-inch laptop.
Yeah.
You can use obviously a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard with it, and it has DeX. I would like to see your DeX, Adam.
Yeah, now Adam's in.
Okay, I'm all in.
And
wait, can I?
I like how it's like I have this huge screen, so I can plug it into a bigger screen.
No, can I like fold it so that two of the screens are a screen and the third screen is
you can't.
No?
The Huawei can do that, but
cool.
I can't do that. Annoyingly. But it does have a really interesting form of DeX. So there's the traditional DeX where you plug it into a monitor and then you can use it as a second display, and it's like it's a 10-inch second display, so it's pretty big. But it also has a on-device DeX mode.
Yeah,
where
like the
you
tablets.
enable DeX mode, and it becomes basically like the tablet where all apps become windowed. So you can just like throw apps around instead of it, taking up the full screen. They're all windowed. So it's sort of like what happens when you attach a Pixel to a display and it becomes like the Android on computer type thing, but it's just on your phone as a little tablet. Other cool thing, you can make app groups with it now. So you can make it so 2 to 3 windows always open up at the same time in certain orientations. So if you're always like working on Google Docs on one, and then you've got YouTube on another, and you've got another thing on another, you can pin that to your taskbar, and when you click it,
Opens all of them at once.
In the same positions.
Perfect.
Which is very cool. Adam is wearing on the inside.
Yeah, Adam, what the...
there was a Mr. Who's the Boss video that went out about this. That was like probably the first video that went out. I think maybe him and Supersoft put the same video out at the same time. Mm-hmm. Aaron said that the inner glass is so soft that he leaned it against a vase, which I don't know what kind of vase he was looking at, but it produced very deep gouges in the screen by leaning it against a vase.
Yeah. I mean, it's that like soft screen where we've seen fingernails and that kind of stuff produce like dents. So I guess weight of phone plus leaning on a thing for a shot, I'm guessing is...
But like deep gouges?
Yeah, that's...
I mean, like, yeah.
Red flag?
It's kind of spooky. It gives me Galaxy Fold 1 vibes.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, this is a super, super limited thing. This is 2 YouTubers who got to play with it hands-on in Korea, and that was it. And it'll slowly start to show up later, I'm sure. But this is the type of thing where it's so expensive and it's so limited that they probably aren't going to have the masses really approaching this thing, and they can kind of handle the crazy crisis stories better than maybe the first Fold, which was everyone getting excited and then a bunch of YouTubers trying it and then a bunch of people breaking it.
Yeah.
Do we think it's any different from the Fold screen? Like, why would the material have to be different?
It is different.
I think because of both folds and folds in, I guess, the same direction. Folding out.
I mean, it's like still only 180 degrees fold.
So
but it doesn't matter.
I think it does. I think the key to so we saw this with the Razr, right? So they had this like little piece of the chin where when you unfold it, it would slide a little bit more screen out because when it folds, it like pulls it up, and when you unfold it, it stretches it over that crease.
But why would that make a difference in what the material is rather than just how much room it has to move? The Razr is just it gave itself more room to do that.
Right. Well, all these phones have some level of stretching over the crease to flatten it out. I'm saying when you have 2 creases, you have to stretch it twice as much, and so you probably need to accomplish that in the same amount of room. You have to make it softer.
Yeah, so it
you
stretches
have more
easier,
total
so it's more
stretch,
malleable.
Yeah,
not just that, but like when you fold the screen, you're applying tension, because the screen is being stretched out, right? That tension is then dissipated over the entire rest of the screen. It's not like there's like a hard wall where the screen is clamped somewhere and the rest of the screen is not under tension, but right next to the crease. So when you have 2 creases, there's now way less room for that tension to dissipate. You're applying all of that force into a much smaller area.
Yeah. Well,
I went to music school.
I don't know if I believe any of you.
It's just I'm picturing, because the first Fold, the issue that they mostly dealt with was that that layer that they put on top of the soft glass was like not close enough to the edge, and people would pull it off.
Well, yeah, we pulled it off.
But like that, they have to put that on top because that is harder. And when you have that fold, unfold, that hard layer on top is essentially eliminating the crease. Like we've seen some get really close to having no crease now. But I just feel like this one, I mean, if you've seen the video, there's a ton of crease in these. And it's inherently not as hard because it has to stretch twice instead of once. Intuitively, it makes sense to my brain. I can't really explain it very well, but I guess that's TBD on how durable this actually is.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Cool. Perfect.
Maybe it's because you're 32. Maybe that's why.
It's also IP48 is kind of crazy.
It's not. Yeah, it's not great. It can withstand 1 millimeter or larger particles.
Yeah, the dust part, I'm not expecting much.
I'm a little worried about
but
that.
But the 8 is full submersion, no?
Like 1 meter or something.
Yeah. I can dunk this underwater.
I mean, that's more about the seals.
They know the dust will break it before it goes into water, so it doesn't have to get to that point.
Exactly.
It's funny because I'd be more worried about larger particles because,
dude, you don't want to see my pockets.
I mean, like folds generally.
What goes on in there? I wouldn't want to be in there.
I feel like folds generally the issue is not that it's getting inside, but inside the hinges, it's that it's getting inside when it folds. So now you fold it once and you have a particle in it, and now you fold it again and smash the particle in even more.
Yeah.
So now every piece that's inside your screen gets closed twice.
And
if it's on the second one, so it's either getting in between two screens and folded again, or one side folds in and then it's between a screen and a hard piece, which means it's not getting absorbed by both sides. It's only getting absorbed by the screen side.
For those that don't remember, the Galaxy Fold 1, the screens were breaking immediately, and they had to do a little recall before they actually sold the devices, and then they put a screen protector on it or whatever. Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like they would have learned their lesson by now, so I'm gonna look at this with optimism.
I tweeted this phone out.
It feels sketchy to me.
It definitely does. I ended my tweet with you know what? Shout out to Samsung for being insane enough to try this. Yeah. Because they don't have to try this. Huawei has done a TriFold.
Try.
Yeah, try.
I got it. Yeah.
But yeah, they're crazy enough.
Thanks.
One thing I thought was cool was, so in order to unfold it, the screen that has the camera on is actually a little bit wider than the other two screens, so it creates kind of a lip. So as you're holding in your hand, you can press your thumb down on that lip to then pop the first fold open. And then when that happens through a magnet, the interior screen kind of opens up a little bit, which gives you then a lip to pull it open.
Isn't it the front screen that has the lip?
No, it's the back screen.
Oh, is it the back screen? The camera area.
So you can kind of hold it open.
Yeah.
And then that part pops up a little.
Yeah.
I thought that was a neat way of doing that, because if you're just digging your fingernails into it to open it up every time, is probably not great.
Yeah. So it comes with a case, and the case has a little kickstand on it.
Nice.
Back to the kickstand phones.
Nice.
Thank God we back. That's nice because you're going to be able to use a mouse and keyboard with it. It also comes with a 45-watt charger, at least where it's on sale right now.
Qi2?
I don't think it has Qi2. It does have wireless charging, but it's 15 watts, so I don't think it's Qi2. So it's coming out in Korea earlier, but it is launching in the US in Q1 of 2026.
Pretty incredible. I'm going to work to try to get my hands on this thing. I'm very curious about it. The Huawei Mate XT was a fascinating phone, but at no point would I buy one or recommend one
can't run
to anyone.
Google services on it.
Yeah, but even just as a hardware concept, it was kind of insane.
Yeah.
This is Samsung. It's going to really launch and really go on sale.
Yeah.
Real people are going to be able to buy it. So I'm just curious to see how this goes. I'm going to try and see what kind of usability it actually kind of wields for people. Hey, thanks for watching this clip. I just want to say, if Waveform Clips was not in your YouTube recap, then you have exactly 12 months to fix that. Or else. You know what to do.